Okay, so this is gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be even quicker, but I thought outside of showing what fun items I went through when I was looking at my dolls, I had a really good time chatting with my friend about my dolls. It was a very fun memory road. And maybe I'll tell some stories if anyone's interested, whatever, you know, comment, like, whatever. But I wanted to talk about okay, actually, excuse me. Okay, so while I was looking through all of my dolls, I knew I had them because recently, the Simone of Drag Race fame recently gave up her crown to the season 14 winner. And she came out not dressed in like a big ball gown a la Violet Chachki or like an alien like Sasha Velour. No, no, no. She comes out in peak Simone. She's dressed in like, you know, an ode to black women and black fashion. So she's wearing this art installation. It's like bedazzled jean and like ceramic top to made to look like a tank top. It's very interesting. I'll put a photo up here. But people were like, oh my god, I can't believe she wore jeans. All I could think about is like the cultural reference is she looked like a doll from my childhood. I could not remember. I was like, gangstas, sassy, flavas.
What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor? What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor?
My flavor is always me, cause flavor's your individuality.
You're all about flavor.
You know it.
What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor?
Now change your flavor to fit your mood. Your flavor is always true.
What's your flavor? Tell me what's
You can collect all 6 of the Flavors crew in street or sport. Dolls do not move on their own. Each doll sold separately.
They were the Flavor dolls. Holy shit. Oh my god. They are so bad. Okay, so I was talking about how the Simone looked at the final, and these were the dolls that I was talking about. Like, I'll have to pull one up, but like, this is what not white girl with dreads. Not white girl with dreads. I just wanted to quickly talk about this. Like, Mattel, you need to answer for your crimes, because what the hell is Dreadlock Barbie doing here? Flavas is an American line of fashion dolls created by Mattel in 2003. They are multi-ethnic and have urban, hip-hop styles with bling jewelry and stick-on tattoos, described as Ghetto Fabulous by Newsweek. They were designed to appeal to tweens between 8 and 12-year-olds and compete with the wildly successful bratz dolls. They were marketed as reality-based and authentic and have more points of articulation than traditional fashion dolls. Yeah, they got like this wiggle going. Upon release, flavas were poorly received and were criticized for being stereotypical bad role models and misrepresent hip-hop culture. Their multiculturalism was described as positive, and the British analysts expected their risque nature to translate to high sales, but falling sales were described as disastrous. They were discontinued within a year. They were available from 2003 to 2004, and I remember the Christmas I got them. I got a lot of dolls that Christmas, and I've been trying to put through what it was. It was when the government finally recognized my father's full disability, so we actually had money, and it wasn't just my mother working. And so a lot of, and just the fact that I believe that's also the year that I turned 5. So there's just like a lot of things that are very important about those years. The 6 flavor dolls, Keon Brown, Happy D, Tika, Liam, B. Poe, and Trey are all ethnically diverse and portray Hispanic, Black, and white people. They have urban sensibilities and are dressed in hip-hop fashions. Their accessories include ghetto blasters, cell phones, bling bling jewelry, and stick-on tattoos. The packaging, which doubles as a doll stand, is designed as a wall painted with graffiti. I remember all of this. Instructions on the box say, pull my street stand from the box so I have a spot to hang out. Mattel, answer for your crimes. Answer for your crimes, Mattel. This is not what Barbara Millicent Roberts died for. This is not. Why Skipper threw the first rock at Stonewall. Oh my God. This doll is the doll equivalent of hitting the whoa. It's dabbing. And I wish I'd left redheaded Barbie out so I could use her. I have a baby hand now for use. This is not the reason. This is not. Barbie went to Stonehenge. Okay. Newsweek described them as edgy and ghetto fabulous, marketed with a focus on self-expression and individuality. The Flavor dolls have more parts of articulation than each doll has a unique face sculpt and a different height ranging from 10 to 11.5 inches. They were released in 2 different styles, and each style was packaged with 2 different outfits. The complex jointing and individual molds made the Flavor dolls more difficult to manufacture than most fashion dolls. I'm gonna read the criticisms and okay. So they called them the first reality-based doll. I just keep thinking about Bo Derek Barbie. And they sponsored in an attempt to really get down with the kids and show how hip and with it they are. Is it weird that I'm holding her with my left hand when this is obviously her right? Sorry, I'll rectify that. It's weird that to show how down they were with the kids, they also sponsored Christina Aguilera's 2003 tour, which I do believe is her Dirty tour. So they sponsored the tour, which show how hip hop and urban they were. So oh god, I accidentally closed it with my fat sick dabs. Shit. So criticisms and discontinuation. Kyra Kyles from the Chicago Tribune described the Flavor dolls as out of touch and a questionable role model for children, calling them unimaginative stereotypes and saying that one of the dolls looked like a drug-dealing pimp. I think it's the M&M doll.
A shirt.
Hey,
Man shirt.
is everything going good?
M&M? Marshall, can you hear us?
Marshall, are you good?
Are you spacing out, dude?
Are you okay?
I think that's it. Toy analyst Sean McGowan said that they look like hip-hop as designed by committee. Raquel Wilson, editor-in-chief of Hip Hop E-Zine Verbalisms, said they completely misrepresent the culture. Dr. John Richer, a clinical child psychologist in Oxford, England, said that the same sort of flavor as beauty contestants in America, where little kids get dolled up as teenagers. Miriam Allner, it reminds me of an Abby Lee Miller dance that they are putting together and calling their hip-hop dance. Right back in my face. If y'all get behind my ear. Baby. This arm comes from a 1994 tumbling Barbie my sister had. She has no arms. And it's really unsettling. And the hand is really solid. It's like not soft, so like you could really hurt somebody if you just went. I like bapped my friend on the forehead and it like, it's solid. Okay. Oh my god. Miriam Arnold, the editor-in-chief of Child, described the dolls as multiculturalism as positive and a very nice way of helping children all over the country realize that they may look different. Several British toy industry analysts expected the flavor dolls to sell well, one of them saying that the risque nature of these dolls would guarantee their success, but they sold poorly. Wall Street Journal describes the results as disastrous. According to the AP, some analysts believe flavors were too edgy. Business Week said that the clunky jewelry and graffiti on the packaging scared away mothers and left kids cold. They ended up being taken off the market after less than a year. Several Mattel executives were let go following the discontinuation. Mo Takich of Slate described flavas as ridiculous, but in a cute way, and questioned if their hasty withdrawal had been premature, suggesting they could have found the niche market. I do believe they could have found a niche market. I do agree with that. I think it's notable that almost every positive thought had about these dolls come from the British, where because quote-unquote hip-hop culture, not black or African descent-based, slave-based people culture, hip-hop culture specifically is acutely American. So understanding how some people over in the UK might think that something is okay when they don't have the nuance of what it was, what was going down. And I'm not saying like hip-hop wasn't being made there, but historically the quote-unquote home of hip-hop, I don't know what black music sounded like. I think it was house music was happening in Europe, which is distinctly different than hip-hop as we know it today happening as in the bedrock. So hip-hop was fairly young. It was only about 23 years old, and as far as its mainstream success was only maybe about 7 or 8 as far as what people were willing to accept and expose their children to. So of course these British people are like, it's gonna show the kids this is what the Negroes be like. Bestie, no. I remember having these dolls. I didn't like them as much as I liked my Bratz dolls or my Mycene dolls. Their eyes are very small. Like they said, they're very realistic, but they have very like closed off eye. I don't know if you're familiar with like the 2003 to 2007 Barbie face sculpt where she's got like this cut look and it's like pink and it's very pinched. Barbie's eyes have never been more pinched than they were in the 2000s. But their eyes are very pinched. I like the nose features. They were very cute. They had like good faces. Did something that older me would have appreciated. And I obviously wasn't in that demographic that they were shooting for at that time. My sister was. And we didn't really play with those dolls. We played with Mycenes and Bratz because the fashions for Bratz dolls, the appeal of Bratz dolls isn't how realistic they are. It's about how fashion forward it is, how it is aspirational. You know, the way Y2K fashion is being expressed now is not how we were dressing in the 2000s. It was how, you know, the silhouettes off the runway. It's kind of like if in, you know, 2040, kids are looking back on Rainbow High dolls and being like, oh my god, but this is the fashion. This is this is roaring 20s fashion. And like, no, that's what Moschino was designing. Like, most people were wearing like fast fashion garbage and, you know, basic t-shirts and thrifting. But that is not the point. I just wanted to share those. I have, you know, some clips from looking at the dolls, some TikToks and stuff that I found that were fun. This is a weird one. I'll see you in the coming time period to talk about Masquerade Madness whenever I get a chance to do that. Don't forget to also check out my last Year of the Click video that should have come out before this, The Pretty Committee Strikes Back. Yeah, everything else will be in the end card. Bye guys.